Hi there, this is a little video for the Alto ones to help you and guide you with your feedback submissions. We've had quite a few in and it's absolutely brilliant, really loving it. You've worked so hard and it's such a joy to hear your voices when we don't get to hear you on our sessions because obviously you're all on mute. So it's really, really lovely to hear your character and your joy at singing with the collective, especially for this song. So I just wanted to point out a few things because I thought, well, these things are coming up in some of the recordings. It's just tiny little things that could really help you in the future. So, excuse me, I'm just doing this kind of on the fly. The first thing I want to talk about is that the actual device you're recording on. So I'm going to record on my phone, and oops, I'll just drop that. And what I've been advised to do is to find the optimum position for the phone. Now, normally I put it here, which actually is probably a bit too close. So what I'm going to do when I do my recording, and I will obviously submit one, is I'm going to find a box, something I can put it on so that it's about 10-15 centimeters away from me. That is not the optimum. The optimum you'd have to find by pressing record and saying testing, and depending on, play with the distance to find the best one for your phone, your mic. But they're all pretty good. It doesn't really matter how far away they are. If they're too close, you could distort, or we could hear every intake of breath, which you probably might not want on your recording. Anyway, so find the optimum distance for your phone. Secondly, have it on a surface that you can get to easily, and have it on a surface when you record, because I found the other day you can't clap if you're holding your phone. So I didn't think about that one. So I need to find a box to put it on that's close by. And what else was I going to say about the phone? I think that's probably it about the phone. That's probably what you're going to record on. The other thing is to make sure that your recording is an MP3. That is the best one for us to be able to receive your recording. Others are okay, but MP3 is the best one. If you can, that'd be great. So that's the device. So you've got yourself set up with your laptop or your iPad with the lovely Simon and his directing video of your part, and you've got your headphones in, you've got one ear in so you can hear and one ear out so that you can hear yourself. Okay, you need to be able to hear yourself, otherwise if you have both ears covered, like with headphones on, you'll end up singing a bit flat. We don't want that. Okay, so one ear exposed, one ear with your voice part in there, and the lovely Simon directing you. Brilliant, you're all set to go. So you started the recording, you started the video, and you've done the clap. And we want silence for Alto 1, silence for 22 and a bit bars. I think it's 22 and a bit bars anyway. We want silence. So obviously, actually, before you start recording, make sure your windows are shut, your doors are shut, the kids, the dogs, the cats, the husbands, the partners are not around. Find a quiet space, a quiet environment that you can do your recording with confidence that you're not going to get disturbed. I have a lovely ginger cat who instantly I do recording knows where I am and will come and meow at me, which is lovely, but it's not very conducive to having a good recording. So try and, push the cats and the dogs and the mice and the gerbils out, so that you can do your recording quietly in a quiet space. So once you've got that set, you've done the clap, quiet time. Another thing that's come up on some of the recordings is creaky floorboards. Obviously, when you're listening to the tenors and the basses sing their bit, you might be swaying, and I have one of those houses. It's a Victorian house, and it's got creaky floors. So I'm aware now that I need to be very still so that I don't make the floorboards creak, because it's quite loud on the recording. It's bizarre how loud it can be. So there's that. Right, are we there? Are we at bar 22 yet? Yes, we're at bar 22. Nice clap. Complete silence, as quiet as possible. And then when you come in, don't be surprised. You know the cue, the cellos start, then I think it's violas, and then there's a violin, then it's you. So listen for that little set of instruments coming in, and then it's you coming in. Don't let it catch you by surprise, so that we don't have, and oh, that was a bit exaggerated, but it's too easy to do. So we want nice, clean, and oh, like that to come in. So nice clean entry. Someone will come running, and I know they'll take you home, even when the dark comes crashing through, when you need a friend to carry you, and when you're broken on the ground. That will be me, okay? That's those two notes, the ground and the round, are just out of my range to do it nicely. I have to put on a bass voice, and I think it's not going to be nice enough, so I'm going to not sing those two notes. I'm going to pretend to sing those two notes, but I'm actually not going to, because in my voice, I can't do it down there. So if you can't do it, or it feels, it hurts, or it feels uncomfortable, just don't sing those two low notes. There's plenty of people, believe me, I've heard a few recordings, there's plenty of alto ones that can do it. And I'm probably the only one that can't, actually, thinking about it. Anyway, there you go. So if you can't hit the note, don't hit the note. Don't even attempt it. Don't hurt yourself. Let the others take it for you. Why not? That's what we're here for. We're all here in it together. So there we go. There's the low notes. And then we've got our You Will Be Found, and then we've got 4 and a bit bars of complete silence. Again, let's hope the cat doesn't start meowing. Try not to move, so that if you've got creaky floorboards, you don't hear those. And yeah, 4 bars is a long time. 22 bars was really long. 4 bars in the middle of the song feels like forever, but it isn't. But a lot can happen in those 4 bars, so try and keep as still and as quiet as possible. No sniffing, no scratching, no other things, just. And then we come back in on our R's and our O's and R's. And you've done this brilliantly. I'm so, so, so pleased. You've all started with your O, and you've all turned to the R, and it's been brilliant. I don't have to mention, well, I have to mention it because you're doing it brilliantly. Really, really well. Thank you so much for taking that on board. There's a place where we don't have to feel unknown. There's a place where we don't have to feel unknown. A couple have said you. I'm guilty of saying you, so we need you to sing we. Okay, there's a place where we don't have to feel unknown. And every time that you call out has been great. Everyone's put the an in. That's great. Thank you so much for doing that and taking these little things on board. You're a little less alone, a little twiddle on less, and the earlier singing of the on the lone, little less alone, is brilliant. You're doing brilliantly. Really good. The quiet between, or the number of bars, it's 7 and a bit beats between the lone and from across. Perfect. You're doing that really well. It must be Simon's video. He must be doing a really good job at directing us there, I think. Yeah, probably. And then the O's, the dynamics on the O's, you're doing so well. Oh, so starting really softly, and then having, you know, there's 6, there's 8 of them. You know, allowing each one to be different is just sheer joy to listen to. Thank you so much. I'm really, really enjoying this. And then we're on to part 2 of the song. Take you home, even when the dark comes crashing through, when you need a friend to carry you. That's the little dip down to the E that isn't on the track, that is on the music, and you're all doing it. Thank you so much. That's really, really cool. Thank you. Little things creeping in after that you need to just be wary of is that a couple have sung if you'll only look around, and it's actually if you only look around. So it's a different sentiment actually. So if you only look around, you will be found. Okay, so that happens in bar 82 and bar 110. So make sure you're singing the you and not you'll at that point. Out of the shadows. There's a little s on shadows, and most of you have got that there, which is fabulous. Again, so thank you for that. But for those that are thinking, is it there? It is there. It's hard to hear on the track because the technology cut the S off. So just sing the S. Out of the shadows. The morning is breaking, and all is new. All is new. Brilliant. And then we're on to the last part, filling up the empty. Now this is something that didn't crop up or wasn't spoken about in any of our sessions, so I'm bringing that up here. Some of the recordings have missed out a note on the T of empty. So filling up the empty, T is what we need to hear, and we're hearing filling up the empty. the notes, the 2 notes are right, but the one in the middle's missing. So filling up the empty would be lovely. You could do that. Fantastic. And then You Are Not Alone. The build up on that, the dynamics is really, really good. Really enjoying those. You're doing ever so well. Check the timing on some of those alone so that you're not holding on to the just a tad too long. Alone, alone. Bar 104, 105, the if you need someone to carry you. You're all doing that. Brilliant. Thank you so much for taking that on board. So that was the last of the little anomalies. If you need someone to carry you when you're broken on the ground, you will be found, you'll reach up and you'll rise again if you only look around. And then it's if you will be found, you will be found 4 times. So in the main, you're doing ever so well. I'm really, really chuffed. And I just thought I wanted to tell you that this is brilliant, this part of the process. I know you don't get to do sessions, we don't get to do sessions, but we still get to hear you sing, and that's the best bit. So thank you so much, and keep those recordings coming in.